Are you looking about investing in real estate and partnering with other individuals and looking into the joint venture method? And guess what? This video is perfect for you. After watching this video, you're going to learn about the different partnership types that you can go about building your portfolio with other individuals and building the wealth of your dreams. And it's all going to begin, guys, right after this. Hi everyone, Josh Tavares, investor and realtor with eXp Realty Brokerage. It means so much if you can help us out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get updates on our newly uploaded content. And if you want access to great rental properties with great cash flow appreciation, low price point, and hands-off, completely stress-free, comment below. We'd love to talk further and partner with you in terms of building your real estate portfolio. And without further ado, everyone, let's begin. As a real estate investor looking to grow your portfolio, you need to structure your partnership around your partnerships. You want to have better partners who understand the roles and responsibilities and the expectations than having to work with individuals who have the opposite understanding and have different goals than yourself. As an example, you want to have partners who can qualify for financing, who have these same goals in terms of scaling and cash flow perspective. You don't want to work with individuals who you've said to them, hey, let's work together and own this property for 5 years, and we'll come up with an exit strategy. Within the first year, second year, they're looking to remove themselves from the partnership. This is something to you is very important, and you want to make sure you avoid working with the wrong type of people who have the opposite goals achieving as yourself. This is the most stress-free way of building your portfolio with great partnerships than opposed to work with individuals with the opposite agenda of yourself. At the end of the day, we don't want more stress added on to our lives. We already have to manage the property, manage the managers. We don't want to have to manage our partners every day because they have issues that are going on that are just going to affect how things are taking place with the rental property. That is very unnecessary. As a real estate investor, we get this question so often, is what type of structure do you have? And to be honest, there's no one size fits all. It's going to really depend on the offering from both sides. How much capital, who's going on title, who's managing the property. It's going to go and structure around those components. The first thing you need to look into is, what are you trying to accomplish in this partnership? Are you guys looking to purchase your first property? Are you looking to multiply? Are you looking to go halves on the cash flow, halves on what? You want to understand what you're trying to accomplish with this transaction and have that documented in your joint venture agreement. Like I said in the very beginning, you want to go about structuring your partnership around your partnership agreement and having full understanding between both sides whose roles and objectives everyone's are. Now, a common issue that some investors will make is they'll find a partner and say automatically we're going to go 50-50 without really analyzing who's going to provide what to the relationship. Now, with a lot of agreements, there's typically going to be 50-50 or even 60-40, where the knowledge partner, which is someone who's going to have the team manage the project, get the property under contract, look at the tenant applications. Those are going to be the individuals who are going to manage the project, typically have no money in the deal, and the other partners are essentially the ones who are going to have all the capital for deposit, purchase the property, qualify for financing, go on title, and so on and so forth. You need to have a great understanding as to the value proposition that both sides provides. If there's one individual who has more to provide, technically they're going to receive a larger lump sum of the ownership of the property as well as cash flow. However, of course, this can all be negotiated amongst the parties. So the more that's involved in one party will typically mean less for the other. And it's very important to find out what you're trying to do, as I said before, because if you're looking to purchase multiple rental properties with this individual and scale forward, then it's great to get into a partnership. Now, you don't need a partnership to get into real estate investing. If you're able to purchase properties on your own, you don't need a joint venture and work with capital partners if you're able to do it on your own. But most investors want to scale and buy multiple properties, so they essentially get tapped out and they need to look at other creative lending sources, in which JV tends to be one of the more popular methods of doing so. And a very important perspective is being able to have a win-win mindset and find out, how can I provide value to this relationship and how can I make it so my partner can benefit too? Because the more that you and your partners together can benefit, that means more properties you can purchase together, which means more partners that they can bring to the table to grow your portfolio, because happy customers are going to refer you to other individuals. Same thing with partners. They're going to go about referring you to new partners, growing your business, and eventually you'll have more partners than properties available and have a long wait list of individuals wanting to invest in you. Now, with going about structures, there are many different kinds. There's a 50-50 with an active and a silent partner. There's the third, which is the money people deal, and there's also one involving acquiring a lot of debt and having upside on the other end. Now, the most standard one typically is the 50-50, where you're going to have an active partner and a silent partner, where the active partner is the expert person, in which they're going to go about building the team, finding the property, getting it under contract, having it renovated, having it rented, and as such, but have no capital invested into the game. Where the capital partner is going to go about investing into the down payment, qualifying for financing, being on title, and also provide any funds for any serious maintenance concerns. Example, cash calls, where a large occurrence may take place in the property, like let's say the roof caving in or a flood in the basement. Now those funds would have to come from the capital partner to help keep up with the costs. The 50-50 partnership with active and silent is a great method, but for new investors, it's super important to make sure you have the responsibilities completely documented. So for renovations, for cash calls, for anything, you want to make sure that both parties know their roles. So if something does occur, everyone knows it's in writing, they know exactly what they need to fulfill on their end of the deal. Now, if both of you are doing the same thing, collecting rents, providing funds, managing the property, managing the renovation, it's just going to be so much headache and so much back and forth and confusion that it's going to completely make everyone's lives more stressful. That's why it's important that one side manages their own responsibilities and the other side manages their own responsibilities. Having a joint venture agreement and structuring everything, the details are super important. So like I said, if something was to take place, you want to make sure everything is documented and everyone knows exactly what their roles are throughout the whole process. Now, when starting with partnerships, some individuals go about only partnering with friends and family, which is fantastic, but you want to work with people who have an understanding of real estate investing in terms of knowing about what the objective is in this particular project. We're going to hold it for X amount of years. These are my roles, these are your roles. Here's exactly what we're trying to achieve, and here's what we want to do, scale, and so on and so forth. Some people may not have the same objective. They may agree to it now, but then come later on, they may want to cash out early, which is not part of the JV agreement that you're looking to fulfill with your partner. Sometimes it's better to partner with other individuals, someone you met at a conference, someone you met at work, someone who you can have a discussion with who has the same goals, who understands the responsibilities, and you can essentially say to them, hey, here's your role, here's my role, here's what I want to achieve. Are you in? Excellent. Well, then let's continue. Times what makes a good friend does not make a good investor, and you want to make sure that you're working with individuals who are trustworthy. Let's say you're the knowledge partner and you're working with someone who says they can qualify for finance, they have the down payment, and then when you go about assembling your team, finding properties, you find out that they can't acquire financing because they just recently leased out a brand new vehicle. It becomes very hard now to want to partner with those individuals because they've now not been trustworthy, and it makes it a lot harder to go about making the agreement work. You want to work with individuals who are going to do what they say they're going to do. Example, if they say they're going to get you that document by 10 a.m., they have to get you that document by 10 a.m. If they say they're going to be able to provide you the funds this much on this day, they have to do so. You want to work with people who are going to do exactly what they say, because we don't want people that say yes because the emotions are high, and then when it comes down to it, they start thinking analysis paralysis, they don't fulfill their end of the deal, and then the other partner has to pick up the other partner's slack while getting the same amount than had both partners did both of their own jobs equally. So now one partner is unsatisfied because the other partner is not fulfilling their end of the deal, and they're getting the same as if had they both been doing their end. Now, another 50-50 joint venture investor and silent agreement there typically is when the knowledge partner provides some funds for the down payment and the capital partner provides funds as well as any capital expenditures that needs to take place in the future. But usually in those agreements, the knowledge partner who's investing funds into the deal typically is going to take 60 to about 80% of the total ownership as well as cash flow, given how much value they provide to the relationship. Usually this method doesn't happen as often, as the knowledge partners will usually max out their financing capabilities on their own and then go about looking for partners to structure their agreement. The next partnership is the money people deal, which is like a three-way, which essentially you're going to have the one person who has the capital, the other person who manages the resources, and the other person who finds the deal. Now with this agreement, you're going to have the one individual who's going to manage the complete process, you're going to have another individual who's going to go about finding the deal, and you'll have another individual who is the capital partner who will be on title. So with these type of agreements, you're typically looking at about a 33% ownership range, as well as cash flow into the deal. As you begin to start upgrading as a real estate investor, this becomes the method that a lot of investors begin to use. They tend to work in tandems of other people in order to grow, and not all about how can I work with only one individual. So that sometimes you have to be a little bit more creative and have an additional person come into the deal, so there's less stress that it alleviates and helps you scale at a much quicker time frame by having one individual manage the project, one individual who can qualify and has cash, and another individual who can find the deal. Now, essentially how this works is you got the one individual who will source the deal that has great numbers and great perspective. They'll provide an analysis to all the investors. From there, we're gonna have, of course, the capital partner who's gonna go about providing the funds, be on title and qualify for financing. And then we have the other individual who is gonna go about managing the full process together. Here's a tip. If you begin to start reusing your partner's capital because they're happy with how everything has gone, they're going to get so excited and so addicted that they're going to want to continue to invest with you, or be able to find other people to get involved into the deal so they can continue to get ownership into the property. Like in any business, you want to have happy customers, and the happier they become, the better it is for you, because not only will they want to continue to partner with you, they'll find other individuals to partner with you so you can grow your wealth all together, and eventually you'll have more people wanting to partner with you than you'll have deals, which is a great problem to have. Great way to go about investing in real estate with no money is honestly become a knowledge partner, become very active, go about sourcing the deal, managing the process, closing the property, and then finding investors who are silent partners to invest into the deal. As they continue to get more and more happy with the returns, they'll find more people, and you'll be able to grow a very big real estate portfolio without having to invest any of your money. And if you want to learn more about this partnership agreement, I highly recommend you look at the book Money People Deal by Stefan Aarnio. He goes completely into depth in how he's grown a massive real estate investing business, all through using the Money People Deal, using different people into the partnership in order to grow his portfolio. Also, there's a short-term partnership where you work with someone who's going to source the deal, find the property for you, manage it for a couple of years, but then after it's going to be on you to manage the property. So it's a really good way to get in, have someone kind of handhold you throughout the process, gain a ton of experience, so within 1 to 2 years later, you're able to take on the rest of the project yourself. This is very similar to a private lender and a flipper relationship, where essentially you're going to have a private lender provide funds to a deal at about 12% interest rate to an investor who's going to find a property under value, renovate it, and flip it, and then go about paying off the mortgage once the transaction is complete. Both sides are happy. The investor made a large cut, as well as the lending institution was making a very good return at 12% interest rate. And of course, as the lender becomes more and more happy with how the results turned out on the transaction, they're going to continue to lend more and more money to the investor. So then it becomes limitless in terms of the amount of money you can receive, as long as the investor on the management side, you're able to do it effectively and efficiently. With anything in real estate investing base, you want to leverage as much as you personally can so you can scale to the largest portfolio you personally can handle. As an investor, you need to worry less about any little minutia and worry more about finding quality partners to work with. Now, when going about investing and partnering with other people, you want to have some sort of an exit strategy, which we highly recommend a shotgun clause. With a shotgun clause, it's going to essentially create a simple solution to take place in the event that one side or the other side is not happy with the property or the agreement and want to go about removing themselves in general. Now, let's say it's about year 4 and one partner says they want to cash out and they want to receive their funds. So essentially what can take place is the other partner who doesn't want to go about transacting can go about obtaining financing and acquiring the other half and having 100% ownership, and the lending institution will provide the additional funds over to the other side who is purchasing out the other partner. So that's just a type of shotgun clause or exit strategy that can be used when going about these type of agreements. With these agreements, there's no minimum time frame. You can essentially buy and hold for as long as you like. You can buy each other out. You can sell the property and both receive the remaining profits. So there's not a one type of answer for everything, and of course it's going to depend on both partners' answers and decisions collectively together. And that's why it's super important to work with a partner who does what they say they're going to do and someone who has experience doing whatever they're doing. Now, especially if you're working with someone who is the knowledge partner, you want to make sure they know what they're doing. And if it's the capital side, you want to make sure those individuals can qualify for financing, they can go on title and have the funds for a down payment. I hope that video was super helpful, insightful, and gives you all the information you need to know about different joint venture partnership agreements. I'm Josh Tavares, investor and realtor at eXp Realty. Remember to help us out and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to get updates on our newly uploaded content. And also, if you're looking to get into the investing space or looking to grow your portfolio with high cash flow, great appreciation, low price point at turnkey levels, click the link below and let's partner. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.